Wow, what a wonderful day. Today, we bring to you Her Memoir from HB Leather. And she'll tell us what HB means. It is a story stitched together by vision, resilience, and bold imagination. Our guest today, this wonderful lady seated next to me, Miss Lucy Wachira Mwangi. She takes raw leather and transforms it into amazing artistry, as you can say it, into identity, into that African signature pieces. She'll be telling us more about it. It's just not a business. It's passion for her. It's identity for her. It's Africanism for her, as you can see the bit. Miss Lucy, wonderful to have you with us today.
Thank you, Noella, and thank you for coming to the workshop. And thank you for that amazing introduction. I feel up to it now.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You know, we walked in and the first thing, we were just saying pieces. And full disclosure, we were led to start this episode because all of us were admiring the wonderful, the tailored pieces that we saw displayed. And we're going to be talking more about it, Lucy. And as we usually say, people see this Lucy. Yeah. But there's been a journey, I believe. You know, we were chit-chatting, your vision, what was the bigger picture, the sacrifices you've had to make, the successes that, you know, you celebrate today. And today we are celebrating you. You are our remarkable woman, our remarkable African woman, creating a lot of change within your space. But when you look into the mirror, Lucy, what is that image that you see? Maybe an image of a younger Lucy, or maybe the journey. What do you see when you wake up in the morning and you look into the mirror?
I see a story of a woman who's been through a lot, a story of resilience, of a lot of overcoming. But I also see a woman that God has blessed.
Amen.
I'm truly blessed.
Yeah.
And thankful.
Yeah. Yes. So who is this Lucy today if you're to bump into someone and you're introducing yourself beyond the titles, entrepreneur? How will you introduce Lucy Mwangi?
I'd say Lucy Mwangi is a woman that loves the Lord Jesus.
Amen.
Because I think it's from that point that I began to be able to define and to just flower. Mm-hmm. I define myself also as a woman who is married to an amazing man.
Amen.
A woman who enjoys being a mother.
Yes.
And a woman that enjoys to nurture the youth to build their skills in the leather industry.
Wow.
So I enjoy that very much.
Handing over the knowledge.
Yes.
Because tomorrow we'll be exiting the scene, as I keep saying. Our time will come up, but have we prepared the next generation to really take up?
Passing the baton.
Yeah, yes. Passing the baton. Yes. Were you this creative growing up? Did you know that you'll end up in such a space when you're growing up, or maybe your mind was on something totally different?
No, I think I'm actually surprised myself. But the one thing I do know that could be related is that I loved to build castles in the air, especially because I enjoyed reading.
Yeah.
I loved to
You're an avid reader.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the stories would take me to various places.
Yeah.
I'd walk the streets of New York.
And that's creativity.
Yes. So I can visualize. I even before I stepped into the place, I had seen it.
Wow.
I knew what corner to take, which street it was. So when I read a book, I got into it.
Wow.
Yes.
Did you visualize this? And when was that when you visualized HB Leather? What does HB stand for first? Let's start from there because I see the initials.
HB Leather stands for Humble Beginnings. Let me start from the beginning. And the name was born in 2020. Mm-hmm. So this is a COVID business.
But people who bloomed during COVID.
Yes. But it didn't start during COVID.
Yes.
COVID was just an opportunity for it to manifest. Mm-hmm. I think I had begun the vision for working with leather in about 2015 or so. I'd always had a love for leather. I guess also from the reading some of the stories we used to read were books that are not read these days. Jackie Collins,
Yes.
John Grisham.
Yeah. Oh,
You know,
Grisham was
those-
very, yes.
And some of the things that you'd read about was how people walked into all these high-end places. And
it was
imagine
fine,
the
fine leather,
yes,
fine
the
seats, the shoes.
yes, stuff like that.
Yes.
So that's what I'd really envisioned at that time. I remember 2015, when I thought about it, I was still doing quite a bit of the writing and all that, but I felt within me that I needed to diversify.
Yeah.
So what I did is I started my research. I started to check what is available in the leather industry. I moved around a lot. I went to Thika, where we have the TTCSI, which is a college run by the Kenya government to train stitchers. The people that stitch leathers are not called tailors. They are called stitchers. They train stitchers on pattern making and all those kind of things. At the time, it was sponsored by ILO. And I remember going there, and my vision at the time was to have shoes.
Yes.
Because I really loved leather shoes. But I couldn't
Hmm.
really afford them. Maybe one shoe in a few years.
I know.
And I kept wondering, why can't I make these shoes?
Yeah.
So after I did the research, the outcome wasn't so good, the information that I got. And I folded that information because one of the things they said is, you can make men's shoes, but you can't make women's shoes. And I wasn't interested in making men's shoes at the time because everybody was making men's shoes. At the corner of every place, there's a cobbler making those shoes.
Yes.
But I learned a lot. I learned what a last is. I learned what designs are. The reason why we are able to make men's shoes is because there's only about 3-4 designs.
For men?
Yeah, for men. It's just the top that changes.
Uh-huh.
But basically, men's shoes is the same all the time.
So the 4 designs, will it be the front, the shape at the front, or the sole?
The sole.
The bottom.
Itself, because that's where,
Interesting.
remember when you go to a cobbler and he has this
thing you step on it?
Not even the, sometimes you see he hangs a wooden half up leg up to the ankle.
Yeah.
That thing is called the last.
Uh-huh.
And it's what determines the size of a shoe and the design of a shoe.
Very interesting.
Yes. So for women, one day you are wearing a wedge, another day you're wearing a stiletto, another day you're wearing a flat
open.
So the designs for women are from here to Timbuktu, and they grow every day. So that means if you have to have a last, you have to buy a last for each design.
To meet the different needs.
Exactly. And on top of that, you have to buy, if it's size 5, you can't buy one size 5. You'll be needing 20. And each last costs 1,500.
It's a lot of money back then.
Pair.
Yeah.
So which means if you're buying and you need to buy multiple designs, the cost of it is, that's why it's big business and only the big industries are able to do that, except for the sandals, because the sandals are standard.
Yeah.
So I stopped and I forgot that story. Come 2018-19, a Mexican lady who's Mexican was working in a missionary, and they had a program for stitching. They were teaching people in the informal sector how to stitch. But the program didn't work out. After maybe a few months,
it folded.
So they were selling. This church was selling the machines. And she came to me, and I didn't.
Because you had packed the interest. You had packed it.
But I understood that the machines for leather and for clothes are different. These were for clothes, according to what was said. So I thought about it. But 1 year later, 2019, just before COVID, the interest came up again. So when COVID came, I decided, you know what? Why not buy these machines? I mean, all this work that we are doing, I mean, you need to do something different. And I thought, you know what? I'll try something different. So I went to see these people and thought about why, spoke to them about buying the machines. And I said, I don't have the money, but can I pay slowly? I don't need to take the machines.
Accepted?
Yeah. So I prayed about it and I asked the Lord, I don't have the money. And I wanted 4 machines. I don't have the money. What do I do? And the Holy Spirit just told me, just buy yourself coffee every day And I'd never used them surely. So every day during COVID, the
Yes.
entire COVID, I bought myself coffee.
Oh,
I
wow.
put the money in Mshwari. At the end of every month, I had about 10,000, which I would send, or 15, I'd get maybe another lump sum. By the end of the year, I had bought all the machines
All the 4.
with coffee. I bought myself coffee every day. So now I have the machines.
Yeah.
But I've been working from home. I have these big 4 machines. What do I do with them? So I went back to them and I asked them, now I have the machines. The priest wants me to take these machines. Where do I take them? I don't want to bring them home. I've been working from home. I don't no longer want to work from home because you work from home. The home stops being a home, becomes an office.
Yes. Then you start even almost hating the space because you've been in it so much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. So
The
what
monotony.
I did is, as I was praying and asking the Lord, so what is this business going to become? And I came to the book. And as I was reading the Bible, he says, do not despise the time of humble beginnings, small beginnings. That was my impact.
Oh, wow.
And I took that name,
Yeah.
Humble Beginnings, because it gave me an opportunity to understand I'm starting from nothing, understanding nothing, and that's what I registered.
Humble beginnings. And there's always so much blessings anchored on humble beginnings. Your growth takes you, where did I start? How did I start? I like that you talk about, you saw the need, you wanted to do shoes. Then when you went to Thika, you're a bit discouraged, when they gave you the bigger picture of especially women's shoes. Is there a time you felt like giving up?
Let me say around that time, I had.
Yeah.
Around that time, I did.
Yeah.
But I think that the Lord births something within you.
Keeps it alive.
There's always a fire in there.
Yeah.
Because even after I bought those machines, I didn't know what they were. They were leather machines. I bought those machines, got a place, because I prayed to them. I asked them, I don't want to just go anywhere. And then the Holy Spirit just told me exactly where to go. That's how I found my first place near Yaya at Studio House. But when I went there and I had my first order to do some work, the gentleman I called to work on them, he looked at the machines and told me, I can't work on these machines.
Really?
So I asked him, why can't you work on them? He said, these are industrial machines. These are leather machines. I said, what? I had bought those machines for 1/10 of the cost of the leather machines.
God's favor.
God's favor. So that's how I knew, oh my goodness. You mean this vision that I had, the dream that you birthed in me was still there?
Yeah.
That is how I began.
Wow.
Now I had 3 leather machines that I did not know I had, and now began the journey of trying to learn. Where do I source leather? How do you design? What do you do? I started from ground zero.
And here we are, humble beginnings. Look at the humility behind, the shelf behind us. Very humble. And Lucy, her memoir celebrates remarkable women. Exactly like your story. Because there may be someone somewhere on the verge of giving up, thinking it's not possible. But it's from your remarkable, your blessed story that we want to inspire a generation of women. It's like, you know what, you can do it. Have the passion, keep pushing. At times, as they say, something pushes you down, but you keep rising. And wow, I already identified something for myself, by the way. I saw something very interesting. What is this? This is a pouch?
This is a makeup bag.
A makeup bag.
This is a makeup bag for ladies.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, I think myself included, you have some oils, you have some makeup,
you want to
and
throw
you really
them
didn't know.
in.
And sometimes all the things that you get, you throw them in, then they pour, and it becomes messy. So we usually line them with the raincoat.
Water
It's called raincoat.
Yes.
So if anything pours,
you just wipe it.
you just wipe it.
Oh, wow.
And it's easy. It fits in every handbag.
Love
It's
it.
very handy.
Love it.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
you're going to run us broke after this episode, Lucy. But yes, now we want to understand the journey. The creativity. Where does it start? how did you now pick up? They say you always taxiing, then you accelerate, then you take off.
Yes.
And now I want you to take us through your journey, how you took off from having the machines. Now the vision was back, and the passion, the appetite was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know you also do the cutting, the stitching. I want you to show us, some of these things you do. Suddenly we see the final product, but we never tend to know. Oh.
Okay.
Lucy, your pieces are very unique and very distinct. I was so amazed before we started, you're showing us this pass that has the passport bag that has a slot for SIM cards. And I've bought a lot of passport bags. I've never seen one with a slot for SIM card. When you think about it, we travel, we remove our SIM card, and we need to buy a new SIM card. We always put the SIM card with the coins. And I'm just wondering, how do you come up with these creative designs? How do you achieve that creativity, that distinctiveness, of your designs? How does it start? How do you do it?
It starts by identifying who your client is. Once you identify who your client is, it's easy then from that point to identify their pain points.
So yours, it's not for general, as we see, general consumption, general distribution. It's really tailored to a client need.
Yeah, client need. But you see, sometimes people don't know what they need until they see it. You didn't think about it until you saw it. Said, oh, this is amazing.
So do you have debrief, like sessions with the client? You understand their needs for you to be able to tailor?
It's really about, like our client is the upwardly mobile professional. So when you do sit with one of those, you're able to even study them and see what are the things.
Observe
them. Yeah, you travel. You see some of their pain points. They are moving from one meeting to another.
Yeah.
One of the things they need is just functionality. They just need to be able to be agile, to be able to move without big suitcases and have everything around them.
Wow.
They need to have ease with being able to retrieve the things that are close. You can imagine you're traveling, you're at the airport, you have all these things, and then you just need to remove you, and you're on the phone. So you think about, how can I make life easier for this person?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I'm looking at the bag among my best bags.
Yes.
So before we see this final product, where does it all begin and how?
It begins at pattern making. Every single thing that you see here, every stitch you see has first to have a pattern. And we do that on manila paper. Yes, on manila. We will then sometimes transfer it, if we are doing many, on something that we call a textile, which is a heavier paper.
Yeah.
And then occasionally we will also be able to do what we call a die cut. Yeah.
So this was the design for this bag?
This is the design. This is the pattern.
Turn it. Let's see.
So this,
the pattern.
This is this front that you're seeing. Yeah. This is this front.
Yeah.
The inside here is this one.
Interesting.
What we call the gazette inside here is this entire piece. So you have to be very, 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 very accurate in everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
So this same part is this here. And then this is what we call a binding. Yes. This will go inside as part of the zip.
So everything is measured.
Everything.
Precision.
Precision. Or you will not get what you need.
So after you've drawn, you start cutting the materials?
Yes. Then you start. Remember that leather is not like fabric. It's an animal. So remember how the animal is.
Yes.
Yeah? Yes. So when it comes, it's not square. You'll see where the leg was, where the neck was. Yeah. Then there's also the underbelly, which also is softer. So you also need to understand your leather.
Yeah.
So as you put the leather here, you must also check it and see where will this piece go. So it's not that everywhere. Then you begin to cut.
And I see you have a hammer, you have scissors, Lucy. Yes. Who are you knocking? Who are you knocking in the workshop? You're hammering leather properly.
Hammer leather. Even that. Yes.
Oh, this is like that meat tenderizer thing.
Yes.
So for
example,
it that the leather is hard?
Once you put glue on it, how do you make that leather after it's dried?
I get it.
Yes.
So you have to.
Yes. In some instances, when you need to put in the plug, you have to hammer it in.
So like if I put glue here,
yes,
Then
You put glue on the
inner side.
The inner side.
Then you hammer the outer side.
Then once it dries,
yes,
you place it. If, for example, it's to do that.
Yeah.
How do you? It's not like fabric. So
I
you
get it.
You get you
because if you just put it, then it will flip back.
So you hit it until everything is smooth.
Jeez, it's a process.
It's a process.
We only see the final product, but it's quite a process.
Craftsmanship is very, very key when you're doing leather products.
Yeah.
Yeah. Craftsmanship is everything. From the beginning, how you design, how you draw your pattern, how you cut, how you glue, how you stitch.
Totally different.
Yes. You see? How you stitch, how you combine. This is this bag, same bag, but now we are doing it with suede. In black and green.
Wow.
Yes.
And is there like special even cutting? Is it special knife or just anything, a sharp blade?
Yeah, the blades. So it depends on really who, the artisan. Some like the big one. Some like the small one. Yeah, so like ladies, Eva is one of the ladies I cut. She likes the small ones. But the guys like the big one.
The bigger ones.
The bigger ones. So it depends, a preference.
Yeah.
Thing.
And so how do you balance functionality and the artistic aspect on all your products? Because all your products have something artistic. So you told us you try to balance. It's about how does it function, how does it support, how does it eat. How do you balance the two? Do you have clients that maybe they want more of artistic features, others they just want it needs to be functional? How do you strike that balance as a designer?
So for example, when you think about ladies, it may be the same, let's say a laptop sleeve, but for a lady she may want a little bit of beadwork somewhere. So we'll incorporate beadwork. Another one may not want beadwork. Another one will want some hair on.
The fur.
Yes. Another one may not want hair on. So another one would just like a mix of colors. Please mix for me that and that. Just everything else is boring. Yes. But for the gentlemen, it's very different. Gentlemen like specific colors. You will rarely find a gentleman who will tell you, I want red or I want green. Most of them will say, please give me a navy blue. Or so for them, it's color and structure and just the final product. The way it looks, the sheen, the glow in it. Yes. And how do the corners look like? Yes.
And I look at the pieces. Does each piece have a personal story? Is each piece representing the person? Is it representing the culture? Is it representing the influence? How do you segment them? Because I want to believe maybe there's a story behind. Could you talk to us about that?
Yeah. I think it's a combination of all that. Let me give you one example. There's a bag for a lady called Annie. And I try to call the names by the lady because we do a lot of bespoke. So while we do a little bit of mass production when we are doing for corporate, we do a lot of bespoke. So I'll sit with the client and be able to understand what it is they're looking for, why they need that bag. So I'll end up naming that bag after that person. So with this particular Annie bag, she was going into her first job and she really needed to make an impression. So for her, leather was it. And she needed bold bag. But the difference with this particular bag is after we had done that and we were now going to deboss it is now branded with the HP. The person that was doing it did it all wrong. But the bag was literally almost done. So it meant wasting all that leather and doing everything that we had done. Starting the process all over again. I looked at that bag and then it just occurred to me. I just told them, cut this piece of leather and place it right here. That was it. Nobody knew it was an error. So everybody kept asking us, I want the Annie bag with that mark.
Really?
I couldn't tell them. It was a mistake. But now it became a design.
And it became a point of people wanting the Annie bag. You see the way you hear stories behind the biggest brands, it was an error. Because you had worked out the process. But people are seeing the product, they loved it. And that's how some of the biggest brands became to be. Very interesting. And are there bags you will say they're made out of emotions? Whether it's for yourself or for your clients? Because I feel like design we think it's just making, but there's something. You immerse yourself. Is there a piece that you've made and it represents some emotional something?
Yeah. I remember a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, and she became a grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wanted to be able to support her.
Yeah.
And one of the things I'd remembered as a mother is carrying so many things, and bags that just didn't make sense.
Yes.
So I just sat and designed what I called the Noah.
Yeah.
The baby was a young, was a boy, and I designed this bag that each time, because they travel a lot. One of the things that was important about this bag, it changed. It can be a backpack, it can be a sling, and it can be a crossbody, all in one. So it was the straps that were very important because she would be in an airport and she just needs to be able to open it up. Where is the milk? Where is the diaper? Where is the what? Where is that? So that was one of the bags that I say was an emotional piece that I did.
Yeah. When you describe these different elements and phases before we see the final product, looks like you need a lot of patience, right? And resilience. Working on these many pieces, how has it worked on your patience and resilience? What has leather taught you about patience and resilience?
Oh, I have cried.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Real tears of trying to figure out things.
Real tears. Because you see, with leather, if anything goes wrong, you've lost that leather.
And it's expensive,
and
the fab.
Expensive. Yeah. It's expensive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I've learned about leather is to go with the flow. Like I mentioned to you, you can actually make beauty out of a mistake. You can improvise.
Do you have a photo of the Annie bag? It would be interesting to see it. Yes,
I do. You wouldn't? I do.
Yeah,
I have a picture of the Annie bag.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So it has taught you patience.
It has taught me a lot of patience. It has taught me to be humble.
Yeah.
It has taught me, because the mistakes are made by the people that I'm with.
Yeah.
So you also tend to now understand, walk with them, so that they also don't feel as horrible as they feel. So we sit together and say, okay, fine, this is the mistake. This is how far we this is the mistake that has happened. What can we do?
Yeah.
Is it redeemable?
If yes, how?
If
you
yes,
put your heads
how?
together.
Let's put our heads together. And that means also you have to change the pattern, because when you do that particular prototype, because with every product, you must have a prototype.
Yeah.
That particular prototype then changes.
Jeez.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot of patience.
Yes.
A lot of patience. And have you had any instances where maybe you'll do something, you walked the journey with the client on what they need, you deliver, and they want something different, or they pick is like, no, maybe Lucy, I've changed my mind. I don't think I need the beads. Can I have it plain? Do you have such instances, and how do you deal with such scenarios?
Let me give you, it's a little bit of a twist. Yeah. For example, not too long ago, we did some work for a client, MasterCard, and they had a conference and they wanted some laptop bags. So the design that we had was it's a portrait design. And that's what we had. But as we were working on them, in the middle of it, they come back and say, you know what? This bag is very masculine.
We want something feminine.
Can we also have options for ladies? Jeez. So we went back to the drawing board on the same bag. And now instead of portrait, we designed now
using the same bag.
Using the same bag. We tweaked it now.
Yeah.
So now we did half portrait, half horizontal. Yeah. So you work with them. Yeah. Because it also helps
agility.
You. Yes. It also helps you to actually see how far can you go.
Tomorrow you get another client, you tell them, okay, we have these two shapes, one for the men, one for the women. Do you want a combo?
Yes.
It's always a learning process.
Yes. And it's good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for us as a business.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
This is a lot of patience. But I think, as they say, throughout our life journeys, there are life skills we learn along the process. I keep telling my colleagues that I had a boss who kept telling us, it's always a learning journey. You only stop learning when you're buried, when you go 6 feet under. And I'm just keen to understand now how How was that transition? What was the sacrifice? What was the investment? Moving from now being a designer to being a business owner, running a business. And you're running a very successful business, Lucy. It's the reason we celebrate you. Now you can show us a number of your pieces. I've seen you've laid them there on the table. So maybe we can move, then you can show us some of these pieces that you have.
Okay,
as I carry this favorite bag. Lucy, when you talk to business owners, everyone has a story. And as they say, it's never easy to build a business. But once the foundation is firm, then the business just thrives. Now we are seeing this thriving business in this workshop. What has been your most pressing challenges throughout this journey? If you're to pick three, what will be those three challenges that have really defined, challenges that maybe catapult you to the next level? But what have they been?
Really, it's about getting the right stitchers, the right team to work with.
Yeah.
Because it's a very collaborative process. So you have to get the people that will be able to listen to your ideas. You may not be from the industry, but you know what good looks like, and you have an idea of where to go. So to work with them, that.
Yeah.
The other challenge has been getting good quality leather.
Do you have enough in here? I hear people source from, is it Ethiopia?
No. I mean, I think people do. There are people who import, but it's really not necessary. What it is that when you really want good leather, there are very few places that you can go to. You go to Alfarama, the cost is quite high. But all the best leather, it's good leather.
Yeah.
We also go to Sagana. They are very good to work with, especially when you're a startup, they'll work with you. But you really have to look to make sure that they produce for you the best. There's also Aziz, who are in Ruai, who also do some good leather. So the leather is all local. What I use is all local.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes. So those are the kind of things. Of course, the other challenge has been finances, because it's a very, very capital intensive. So getting that in terms of the teachers don't come cheap.
Yeah.
So you pay them much high. They are skilled in a very interesting way.
Yeah.
And you sometimes have to also, especially because I work with the youth, you have to now bring in the veteran to pass on that baton. You also now are paying those
knowledge transfer.
Yeah. Yes.
I see a lot of beautiful things here. And I'm just wondering, how do you balance the quality, the pricing, and positioning HB leather in the market? How do you strike that balance? Because I know in your other life, you're a communicator. You have a communication background.
Yeah.
So quality, price, position, brand positioning, how do you balance all those things? Now that you talk about, it's capital intensive. Yeah, how do you work out your pricing?
So, first of all, one of the things I had to learn is how to calculate the costs of production.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's very different from the other way, the way the other products are done. And the process was quite something. So once I learned about that, it was now being able to determine what percentage do I want to bring, to add
for your operational cost and profit.
Yes. And that is determined by what is my rent, what are my operational costs, those kind of things. That's what determines. But also the other thing that I made a decision is I would only work with corporates. Now, once you determine who your client is, it's easy to go to that person and tell them, this is the cost of what you want. So they understand the value. And it's not a big problem. You only negotiate to a certain level. Yeah. And they understand why you cannot go below a certain level.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you had instances where you've had to prove yourself as twice as hard for you to stand out in the market or in the industry?
Yes. You can imagine, first of all, you're a woman.
Yeah.
You're a woman. It's a man's world. The leather business is a man's world, because even most of the stitchers will be men.
Yeah.
A lot of the people that are out there working on leather are men. So when you go out there, you have to be double. You have to work extra hard to make sure that your products stand out and what you're offering is different.
And God has blessed us with that artistic value addition, I believe, as women to stand out also. Yeah.
Yes. So while everybody's doing bags, yes, I will do bags, but I'll have an idea of the kind of thing that I need to add onto it. And then while everybody else is bags, I also can be able to wish to see another area that I can also contribute towards. Yes. So it's those different areas that I cater to.
Yeah. And how has the journey built your confidence and self-worth? Because like you say, you deal with corporates because you'll give them a figure and they will take it out. How did you determine yourself? Let's say, I think at times a lot of businesses, because you want to survive, you want to sell, maybe something was maybe $100. You end up selling it maybe for, 20. But we've seen businesses, they know what they're worth because they know what they put in, quality assurance, the best things and many things. How have you done it for you? What has been your story? How have you done it?
That has been a journey. Because while I was in the corporate, that was totally different. I never needed to ask anybody anything.
Yes.
Now I have a product that I'm going to sell. In some instances, I've had to call almost 3-4 times over 2 months to get an appointment to the right person. And then bring forward that. So I've learned, how you're sensitive? I'm no longer sensitive at all. I've learned to be able to take critique properly.
Yes. Without it affecting your spirit.
No. I've learned to separate. It's the product, it's not about me. So I've learned to be able to function from a very professional perspective. There's no emotion. It's business. They want good work, and that's what I'm supposed to deliver.
And you sell good work. You take it?
Yes.
Because you appreciate the good work. Yes. And you're quite versatile. Quite a lot of things, like bags, handbags. I'm seeing, this is a pencil
cases.
Pencil case. Oh, beautiful. Oh, wow. There are small wallets, big ones. Jeez. These are coasters, right?
These are coasters, yes.
I think this is also very interesting. Most of the times, we always, but even just for moving, functionality, what you're talking about, it's easy to move around with this, right?
It is.
Hey, let's see. It's been worthwhile.
Thank you.
Right? It's been worthwhile. I look around. I love the fur. Actually, I think, the fur, a combination of fur and a bit of beadwork to give it that.
This is really our identity. So unless somebody, you can see it's here, made in Kenya. So instead of just doing made in Kenya, one of the things that I do, especially if a client asks for it, there are those that say, I don't want the beadwork. But the ones that want that, that's one of the things that
this is so Kenyan beads, the Maasai beads.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Now we're going to move to a very interesting session. I'll ask you to take a seat. We're going to, it's called the flashcards. We just have random cards. We pick any, ask you a question, and we want to hear what you have to say. So, Lucy, as I told you, this is a very interesting segment. Everyone loves this segment. Everyone we've interviewed. What's your favorite color between green, blue, red, orange, and yellow?
I actually love green.
You love green. Let's go to green. Let's see what is here. So I'll ask you to pull one card, then you give it to me. Pata potea.
Pata potea.
It's about, oh wow. I want you to read it.
What's your definition of courage?
What's your definition of courage? You've told us it's that industry that you really need to work hard to stand out. What has been your definition of courage in this industry?
Stepping into uncharted territory. And just having the faith to know that the darkness will not engulf you. Yes. That you'll come out at the end of it. So for me, it's that.
Wow.
Courage is just stepping into that uncharted
waters.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. And indeed, it's uncharted waters. You stepped out. You took up your space. And look at, what has come out. a lot of beautiful stories, emotional stories, but very satisfying.
Very.
You know, I love the way when you talk about every stage of the journey, you can see the satisfaction on your face. Like it's been a worthwhile, a blessed and anointed journey.
It is.
Beautiful.
It has been.
Let's go to your next color, red, orange, yellow, blue. Which is your second best?
Blue.
Blue.
As much as I'm in red.
Yes.
It's a color that.
So again, pick out one.
Let me take the middle one.
Yeah. How do you lead with empathy in spaces of power?
By seeking to understand the person first. Where they are coming from. Because a lot of times, people respond to things based on their experiences. So I seek first to understand, why did you do what you did?
Yeah.
Where were you coming from? Then we can walk that journey.
Empathy, wearing people's shoes.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Next, yellow, orange, red.
Red.
Red. Sparkling red. This should be red.
Okay.
Yeah, this usually has very interesting questions. So let's see. Do you remember when we used to play cards growing up? We didn't have the gadgets.
No.
We only had cards and many other things. What moment has made you feel most alive throughout this journey?
I moved here in I moved from where I was, around the Yaya area, to this larger space in 2024, January.
Yeah.
And that was the year that, you remember when it rained and rained and rained and rained? I'd just been here for about a month or two. And we hadn't even organized much. It was still very small.
Yeah.
There was a tree behind here. You can see this. The tree fell
on the roof.
On the roof.
Jeez.
And fell inside. So outside became inside.
Jeez.
And I stood here because this is total glass. And at the time, the rain was moving like a force. It's like somebody was pushing that rain. And I stood there and I didn't know what to do. This place reaches, when it rains, the water is up to there. There was water everywhere. I had machines.
Did it destroy the tree? Did it destroy things inside?
Yeah, a few things. We had to redo the roof twice. And you're just coming, so you have just spent a lot of money.
Moving.
Yes. Yeah. The tree fell inside. The tree was here. That for me, I always look back and say, the Lord lifted me out of that one. I am grateful. So that.
Because imagine if it fell and people were inside.
We were inside.
You're inside.
In fact, I used to sit there.
Yeah.
I had just stood up to come and gaze at this wind that was a force, because you could see it. And as we were looking, the tree fell right there.
God protected everyone. Yes. Wow, that has been difficult.
It was.
Yeah.
It's like it felt as though it was sabotage at first, from a place you couldn't.
The new natural disaster.
Then I looked at the gift, because I was actually sitting there barely a second before.
In it that all of you,
and I saw the grace of God and His protection. And you know what? You cannot put it
alive that God is with you.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Let's go to orange and yellow. Where do we go?
We'll finish with yellow, so let's go to orange.
Let's go to orange.
Still pick this.
Okay. What does success look like to you?
Oh, that's an interesting one.
What is success? How will you define success?
It's multidimensional.
Mm-hmm.
Number one. One of the things that I realized when I came into this industry is that the veterans were in plenty. The youth were not there.
Mm-hmm.
And there were gatekeepers at that time. So what I purpose to do is to work with the youth and then work with the few that are willing to pass on that baton, to pass on that skill. So success for me looks like, number one, being able to work with a youth who has just left college and barely knows anything because they go to school and that the machines are not there. So when they come, they barely know that much. They have a base level understanding. But by the time they leave me, when the time for them to leave comes, they walk out of here
with skills and knowledge.
Yes, because one of the other things that is very interesting with this industry is that integrity, loyalty is one of the things that has been tampered with.
Yeah.
So if we can be able to also make them see that this is a career that is worth respect, that can give you honor and dignity in your word.
Yeah.
That for me is success. The other aspect of it is the products that we produce. These products are really defined as who we are. They are made by Kenyans. The leather is from Kenya. If it's the beadwork, it's done by a Maasai group that I work with in Magadi.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
I work with a group of ladies from Magadi.
Yeah.
They're the ones that do the beadwork.
Wow.
Yes. And also the designs, they really define us.
Mm-hmm.
If these designs can go out there and be representative of what we can do, then I'll be there. That for me is success.
HP, it's not only Lucy. HP, it's a blessing and a product of everyone who's part of that journey.
Yes.
Beautiful success.
Yes.
Lastly, let's go to the colorful color, yellow. Okay. I see you really love the middle.
Yeah, maybe I should have taken the last one.
What role has sisterhood played in your growth?
Oh, I could talk about that.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, this is a man's world, really, the leather.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first time I realized what the machines I had bought were capable of doing, and I had been aligned back to the vision that I thought I had lost. I tried to do some research to find out, where do I get stitches? Where do I get leather? How do you start all this? And everybody, most of the people that I spoke to wouldn't speak to me. The moment they had what I wanted to do, the door was shut.
Yeah.
Up to date, a friend of mine gave me a lady's number. She's called Chebet, Wazawazi. She had never met me. I called her. I told her what I needed. She gave me stitches. She gave me the number of she gave me everything. She told me, don't go here. Go here. Go here.
Held
do
your
this.
hand, a stranger.
I've never met her to date. But I still talk about her because I don't even know she knows what she did.
Is she in Nairobi?
She is. She does a lot. I think she's very big in the leather industry. She's very big.
Chebet.
Wazawazi.
Wazawazi.
Yes.
Wazawazi.
Yes.
Chebet.
Yeah, her name
Chebet,
is
we're coming for you because you held a sister's hand.
She doesn't even know
me. You may not even remember, but we will remind you. We will look for you.
But
Chebet.
A friend of mine gave me her number.
Yeah.
And she told me, she gave me the number of the Sagana tannery who was in charge. She gave me numbers. She just kept sending information. And she told me, she's very quick. She thinks very fast.
Yeah.
But she sent me everything. And that was it. Never met her.
So her memoir, we have a challenge.
Yes.
We'll look for Chebet because we need to bring Chebet here for her to see the seed she planted.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's beautiful sisterhood.
Yeah. Of course, the other sisterhood is always like you coming to interview me.
Yeah.
It's really,
it is.
It's amazing.
It is.
Yeah. And my women friends just buying bags.
Yeah.
Like one of my bosses, Susan Giluku, was my biggest. I think she just bought because she just knew I would go broke. But she'd buy and buy and buy,
Buy.
But the more she bought, and she'd tell me, just do this, I really celebrate her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They bought when I didn't know anything.
They supported you.
Yeah.
Give you the foundation.
Even today, still gives me a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So I'm grateful, yes.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Now we want to see the designer at work. Now we get off the business owner's hat, the designer's hat. We want to go and step on some machines and see how that art, how it is done. So, looking forward to see, the stitching. You say stitching is a big component, a big thing when it comes to leather.
It is.
As you said, when you get an error with stitching, then it's either if you're able to amend it, you amend. If not, then it is worse. So let's go and see how stitching is done. Yeah, as we keep chatting. Okay, let's go.
So I'm not very good at stitching. I would just sit on the machine. I'm very good at cutting leather.
So what are these, Lucy? Is this a design?
This is a piece of leather. This is just a piece of leather. This is what we call baffed leather. So we use this for various types of bags, particularly laptop bags, the sleeves, because it's thicker. And also it has a very nice feel. Has a very feel-fitting, very nice feel.
It does.
Yes. Yeah. So this is simply just what we would call an offcut.
An offcut. You've already cut out the bag now.
We've already cut out something.
And where do you take them? Because I'm trying to imagine you must be having a lot of offcuts. Where do you take them?
So one of the things we do is we make bags of the offcuts. So we can make patched bags.
And it turns out the best
colors.
Designs, right?
Very, very, very nice designs.
Yeah.
I also have a young lady who does a lot of crochet. And in the sweaters that she makes, she comes and I give her the leather. She uses them to make pockets.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, so they are crochet sweaters with leather pockets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
Then there's also another young girl who makes beautiful earrings. Yes.
Out of this
leather.
Oh,
beautiful
wow.
earrings.
Yeah.
Beautiful earrings.
Do you ever walk in here, you're supposed to work on something, and you have a creativity burnout?
Oh, yes.
It happens?
It happens.
How do you unlock it?
One of the things is, interestingly, believe it or not, Pinterest can,
yeah,
I just,
thanks to the digital era.
Thanks to the digital era.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you may just walk into an office and just see somebody carrying a different type of thing they're doing, and it can be better. Yeah. But really, just looking at Pinterest, looking at, the technology has been really good.
Yeah, it really accelerates our thinking, our execution, and so forth.
Yes.
Okay. You're stitching something. Sorry, I interrupted. You're stitching something.
Yes.
Let's see how.
There you are.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
So and
it can hold like two pieces. That's how you combine the pieces. It can hold two pieces together.
It can hold even 2-3 pieces. You can see that, sorry.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be able to
turn it.
Turn it, yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. And the stitches are firm.
Yeah, they are there. And one of the things about leather is that when you're done, you seal it with fire. You seal it.
Oh yes, the burning. Yes, that I've had.
Yes,
that I've had.
So you don't tie it anywhere.
Yeah.
You just take your lighter and you light it at the end. So that's why it never comes up. Yes.
Beautiful. Now we'll be moving. Her Memoir is very fun. We have different segments. Now we'll be moving to another interesting segment, and I'll invite my co-host Angel to take you through our one-liners. You're always curious to see how can people think on impulse. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for you staying up to this segment. And this, as my co-host said, this is a very interesting segment whereby we get to interact with Lucy on a deeper level with just quick fire questions. You ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So off the top, entrepreneurship is
a life of discovery.
Okay. Creativity requires.
Courage,
Thank you. Failure taught me.
humility, and resilience.
I agree. That's a very good point. African design deserves.
A place in the international market.
Thank you. My younger self would be proud because.
I kicked off the self-doubt.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
And on to a token of your story, the symbol. If you had to choose one leather piece that represents your journey, what would it be and why?
There's a Wags wallet.
A wax wallet.
We call it Wags wallet
Okay.
because it's where the journey began.
Okay. Do you have a sample?
Yes, I do. So this is the wallet. I just lost my I was in the supermarket with the wallet and my phone on the one side, and I lost my phone. So I just decided why don't I design
Something
a wallet that can do all that
Nice.
and then help me to just walk around easily.
That's so
So
nice.
this, I would say, is the Wags wallet.
It's very creative. Also, now the power of the seat, your words, your legacy. To women afraid to start businesses because they lack capital, what would you say?
Start.
Thank
Start.
Thank
And
you.
start. Don't fear.
Thank you. To creatives who are undervaluing their work, what truth do you share?
There's nothing perfect. There's always something better out there. But yours is yours. It's your true self.
Thank you. To African designers trying to break into global markets, what advice would you give?
Learn. Actually, let me put it this way. Unlearn, learn, and relearn.
Wow.
Yes.
That's very powerful. And lastly, what would you want your brand to stand for 20 years from now?
Timelessness, functionality, and style.
Thank you. So for the last one, her memoir in one line. If your life was a book, what would the title be?
Unshackled.
Unshackled. Wow. If this season of your life were a chapter, what would it be called?
The discovery.
A discovery.
The discovery phase.
The discovery phase.
Yes.
Thank you. What single phrase best sums up your journey of courage and creation?
Stepping out of the shadows.
Stepping out of the shadow. That's very powerful. Okay. If you could dedicate your memoir to one person, who would it be and why?
Is it possible to dedicate it to people? Two people?
Yes.
I'll first dedicate it to God. Because I had lived in a lot of darkness before that. And I'd like to thank Him for allowing me to discover myself. Then I'd like to thank my husband, number 2,
Yeah.
for working with me, having confidence in me, encouraging me along the way.
Yeah.
When I don't have it, he'll tell me, no, you did it here.
Yeah.
I can always go back to him,
Yeah.
and there will be a word that will take me to the next step.
That's so beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And as we close this segment, how would you want history to remember Lucy Wachira?
As a woman that God has blessed and has become a blessing.
Wow, that is very powerful. As a woman that God has blessed and has become a blessing. Thank you so much. That was our quick fire section, and I would like to turn it over to my fellow host to continue with the closing segment.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today, as we told you, we bring her memoir from HP, Humble Beginnings Leather. And we've had a very wonderful conversation with Lucy Mwangi. We know you're inspired. If you're feeling that you've paused somewhere, please, you can do it. Start over. Pick it up. Believe in the vision. Look at Lucy. Her legacy is stitched by hand. It is cut with precision, and it is shaped by a vision and God's abundance, believing in the higher power. Lucy, we love you so much. And it's like you almost picked our colors, brought you something here to just celebrate you and bless you. We also want to be a blessing in your life. God has blessed you. You're blessing many other people, including young people. Angel said she's also a young girl, but okay, we'll contest it in our next episode. And even for us from Her Memoir, we want to just bless you, something small from us, so that you can remember us, and we'll keep remembering you.
Thank you very, very much. It's an honor to be on Her Memoir, and I really look forward to becoming a part of the journey.
Thank you. Her Memoir, it's a movement anointed and blessed by God. And we are happy to have you as part of this journey. Until next time, this has been Her Memoir. Keep following us, keep liking, send us your feedback. It's very instrumental in how we plan our next episodes. You've been sending us recommendations of the women that you want interviewed. Keep sending those names. You send it, Her Memoir does the work. We'll bring them on set. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.